Alright, what's up YouTube? Today's just gonna be a chilled little vlog out the house getting some of your orders packaged up. Unfortunately, I just stopped at the post office and to check the PO box that I shipped, and sometimes some get returned. But all these orders, if you haven't gotten your sticker orders because it got returned, because for some reason the envelope isn't even that thick. With the holographic numbers, it adds a little bit of thickness, and all of these got returned because it didn't fit through their little slot. So if it ships out as an envelope, then they gave me this little letter saying that too thick to be sent as letters, and each one needs a $3 additional post. It's an envelope, so I shouldn't have to pay $3, but they're too thick, so I have to unpackage every single one that's too thick and then spread out the custom numbers. That way it'll fit through the little slot she told me to be fine. So I have to get through all these. If you order something, the holographic numbers are a lot of stickers and they're like, it would be thick in an envelope. You're getting them soon. I just have to go through them all. Like I said, really sorry about that. I had no idea that this would be an issue. The rest of your order should be shipping out in the next day or two. I guess we'll head out to the garage, go over the Alta. Then I gotta make a few calls to for powder coat, getting parts dropped off. Another build, which I should be picking up this week or the next week, depending on when I can meet this Craigslist guy. The vlog coming out soon. I picked up this new heater since the other one is trash. This one's probably also gonna be trash. But unfortunately, I don't have 220 out in the garage yet. So in the meantime, we got this junk. Because the other one lasted about 3 minutes before it quickly just stopped working. And then the propane heater, can only run that for so long, and I don't want to leave the garage cracked open. Better than nothing, I guess. Okay, so I saw a bunch of questions on as far as the weight for the Alta, because I'm about to just tear the rest of this frame down so I can bring it to powder coat. But I saw a couple people asking how much the battery weighs, because this is pretty much the main weight of the bike besides, say, the forks and the wheels, pretty much. I mean, maybe the motor that's inside here, but I don't believe it doesn't really weigh that much when you push it around, or not as much as, like, say, the battery would. So put it on the scale and we'll see how much it weighs since it's centered. That's why the bike's so centered, since this battery obviously is in the middle. It says error. That's not good. All right, move this out of the way. I think I gotta, whoa, camera's falling. All right, there we go. Now it should be reading. It weighs about 74 pounds, as you can see. So the dry weight of the Alta is 260 pounds, 255 pounds, so subtract that. Quick math would be 186 pounds without the battery. So if you're comparing that to, say, a 125, I don't know how much this weighs, but I don't see it weighing over 200, 450 in main weight, but if you take the battery out, it's almost equivalent to a 125 maybe. Quote me on it, I don't really know what I'm talking about, but the weight on the battery, how much it weighs and how much weight is centered in the middle of the bike. One other thing that I've been contemplating as far as to match the whole bike, because I'm kind of basically getting rid of any silver. I said, if you guys watched the last build video, I can, but I don't want to, since I believe the electric motor, which is behind in right here, is like pressed in. Don't really want to take off this main frame part. Like, that would be a part not actually get back together, so I'm just gonna leave this the raw color, and then I'll just powder coat everything around it. So be able to match everything in the wheels being kind of this polished. I've been strongly considering redoing the wheels, cutting the spokes, and then getting the hub cerakoted in that darker bronze, that darker color to match the rear shocks. If you guys have an opinion on that, let me know in the comments. If you think I should just leave them to polish and not have to waste my time getting somebody to relace them, or trying to relace them myself and having to buy a whole like balance machine. Let me know if you think I should change it to match, kind of complete the whole bike. If it's really gonna complete that look, let me know. Really, I don't know, I can't make up my mind if it's worth it or not to spend the extra money, go through all the hassle to get them done. But I saw some comments, a lot of people doubting build getting completed, or why I'm actually doing it, or if it's actually going to get back together. Thousands of comments saying that the KX, when I was taking that apart, the whole bottom end was apart, when the whole thing was literally stripped down to nothing, that the bike would never get back together. I did it pretty much in like a month, the whole bike back together, and it came out really good. And for anybody that says like it came out junk, you don't really know what you're saying. It ran fine. If it was gonna blow up the bottom end and all the crank when I pressed it, if I did anything wrong, it would have already pretty much grenaded by now, or failed within the first like ride. So my standards, bike came out perfect, and this thing should be the same. I mean, it's all, there's not too much electronics really going on. There's this main thing right here, this main controller, got the coolant lines, and there's really nothing else to it. It's just fitting and kind of nagling it in the main frame thing. And as far as why I'm doing it, is I've never seen a custom Alta, and to be honest, I just want to do it, and I don't really feel like I have to explain myself any more than that. I just want to, and it'll look sick when it's done. So I'll just start time-lapsing, and I'll get the rest of this thing taken apart. Someone please explain to me why you would use an Allen key that big, hold the swing arm on, because come on, I don't have an Allen key that big. That means I gotta run to Lowe's again, even though I'm at Lowe's like 4 times a week anyway. I love Lowe's. That size Allen key to take the swing arm off, that just means it's getting pushed back another day. So I guess we're moving on to the frame as I just blow a circle. Let's see what's behind this cover. I'm kind of nervous to take this one off along with the other side. I've done some research before I'm taking this off, but we'll just wing it like I did the whole other thing. With the seal on there, but it doesn't even look like any fluids or anything like that goes in here. I'm just gonna use some gasket maker to remake this gasket. I'm not too worried about that. If anybody's concerned about that right now, I'll the razor blade. But yeah, it doesn't even look like any liquid goes in there. Maybe if it were to tip over, that's when it goes in, but sitting upright, it doesn't. This is the problem when you start taking apart something that nobody has ever taken apart before. For anybody that wants to take apart Alta, if you ever want to take apart it. Okay, well, I got the main under frame, whatever you want to call it, taken off. That's just a couple Allens. 2 things I have to take off is this cover and the swing arm powder coat. I'm leaving this one linkage because I don't want to have to take those bearings out. And of course, obviously, these pegs are junk. They're getting taken off. I'm gonna get the mount powder coated too. I don't know why I wouldn't. All right, next thing I've been working on is trying to get a seat cover all matched up and kind of to the design. I think I'm gonna change it up a little bit more, throwing some colorways together. And basically, the only other reference I've been going off is YouTube videos. I'd look up like Alta shop tours, and then I would see kind of where, example for this, how they're putting it together, kind of step by step, and then I would do that reverse. Now going back together, we lined up with this, so as they walk through, it kind of goes step by step how they're putting it together. If you see, the stand they have is kind of holding from the top, that way they can put this frame piece I just took off on without having to like tip the whole bike over. So I don't have one of those, obviously. Gotta work with what you got. Yeah, this is basically what I've been doing, or going to do when I go to put it back together. As you can see right here, here's that little frame piece I would have to take it off and take the whole motor out, all the gearing and all the stuff that's pressed in there, I believe. I really don't want to mess with that and go through, like, have to take all that out. And that's that main cover I was talking about taking off, so that probably holds the majority of the stuff on there. Skip ahead a little bit, or how I should have taken this top frame piece off. This guy made it super easy. Just slips it right on, versus taking it off was a lot harder. See, it just popped right on, so it shouldn't be too difficult. That main piece put back on. That was my only concern, is getting that piece on, and then everything from there is pretty straightforward for the most part. So this is pretty much the only resource I have aside from the manual you can find online. It's pretty much it. Now I guess I'll make some calls, get some different quotes on powder coat. There's like 7 different companies that do powder coat around me. I'm gonna call a few of them, get the best price.
Your call has been forwarded.
By the second one, going today.
How are you?
Good. To get a quote on some motorcycle parts to get powder coated, how I would kind of quote out the specific parts, how much it would cost roughly.
I'll give you a guesstimate. It's not going to be binding or anything, but till I see the parts. But,
yeah, of course.
What do you have?
Okay, so
what do you have?
Say roughly, I've got the swing arm, the frame, a couple other miscellaneous.
What kind of bike is it?
It's called an Alta Redshift electric dirt bike. Not a traditional frame. It's less than a normal dirt bike frame. It's just like an under frame.
Yeah, can you send me a pic? Can give you a much better idea if I see something.
Yeah, send you a picture of, say, all the parts
if you can send me everything you want quoted. Give me a rough idea anyway.
Then what's the turnaround time, say, if it would normal process of getting parts?
Probably a week.
A week.
You know, okay, Tyler, I'm Paul. And
perfect, Paul.
Okay,
thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. All right, well, there's the first place. We'll call a 3rd or 4th place. That way I can kind of, if they can give me a quote or what we can get going here, because obviously I'm going to go to the one that's the cheapest and that has like the best reviews and how long it's going to take. And because I don't want to cut too many corners, go to the cheapest route and then it take like 6 weeks and come out really bad. So like I said, I mean, you kind of get what you pay for in a sense on some things. Doesn't hurt to call around and get a couple different quotes.
You be able to send me pictures?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, that'll work better for quotes.
We'll go from there.
Sounds good.
Same thing, they all want pictures. I'm pretty sure that's going to be a common theme. They can't really quote if they don't see what the parts are, I guess. Alright, well, that one's a no-go. I guess I'll just go send those 2 different companies pictures and hopefully update you guys in this video how much it costs. Didn't see the wheelie video on the 250 where I completely shredded the rear tire. Did a huge burnout in that video. Definitely check it out. It's linked down below or look on the channel. It was the last video. Dunlop, if you're watching this video, sponsor me some tires. This one isn't gonna cut it. Maybe for the streets, off-road, we might have some issues. I know a lot of you said you want to see some more 2-stroke content. Definitely stay on the lookout for the next couple weeks. Might be in for a treat. You guys like the KLX125 build? You should like this one. Alright, there's a little short, I guess, chilled vlog. Tomorrow's video should be a little bit better, and the video following, as long as we're supposed to get like 6, 7, 10 inches of snow over tonight to tomorrow. So you guys know what kind of video that means. Some kind of snowmobile video, so stay on the lookout for that, probably on Thursday. And yeah, I'm going to cap the video off here. If you guys enjoyed it, subscribe, like the video, share with your friends, and I'll see you guys tomorrow in the next video.